Hello, this is Daryl Willis, and I'm going to tell you how to survive Miss Kirk's class, US AP ENGLIM English 3 CPE American Literature. I'm going to teach you how to survive that. First step, when in the class, when participating, always know that when you're doing work in there, your work mostly will be outside of class. So do not assume you're going into class to do work. You're going inside class to learn, then do work outside of it. That's what you need to know. 2. When you're going to turn in work, the place to turn in work, because you will forget to do this constantly. It will be like you're forgetting to do work, or to turn in work, shall I say, will be like infinite. You will always forget to turn in this work. But the way to do it is to turn it in on Canvas, or if you're talking about like daily assignments that it's like what was it, caught you, that will be turned in by the door. There's a wooden table. You put your work in that table, or on top of the table, to be more precise, near the right side. That will save your grade. Sorry, my neck is itching. Rule 3. Never be afraid to sit a few minutes after school. Not after class, but after school. Never be afraid for that, because what that does, it allows you to take some Wi-Fi. When you use Wi-Fi, you can go home and sit at the house and eat food because you've done your work at school. That's why it's okay for you to sit there and be like, oh, yeah, I just sat there and stole all that Wi-Fi from school. Good, that's why they have it, because for you to use it. They have Wi-Fi for you to use it, so do your part and use their Wi-Fi. Okay, sorry. But, seriously, use the Wi-Fi that they give you in school. That is the most effective thing that I can teach you. Okay, Rule 4. On Notability, when you're finding out that you can't write that small, or you're finding out that your handwriting is going to be big and floppy, there are 2 ways to combat that. The first way is that there's a little bitty magnifying glass thingy on the very bottom right hand corner of it. Push that button and write in the little bitty square that shows up, and what it does is it'll amplify what you're seeing so that you can see it better, but it also shrinks it down so that you can also write it into the spaces better. That's one way to do it. Another way, or the second way, which I prefer a little bit more, the second way to do this, is to go and push the little T button. It should be little black T button, capital T. You push that at the very top, and you double tap and hold on to it the second time. What happens is, it should bring up this little menu that says select or drop in text. Push drop in text, and what it does is it'll drop a little text box in. That text box, you can type whatever you want in there. You could type kitten food, I don't know. You can type whatever you want. So use that little text box to write your answers in there in a typed form. And that makes it where you can type it in, and it'll be small enough for it to be put in effectively onto the page, but large enough to be legible. What else? Rule 5. Everything you read in that classroom is going to be older than everyone in the classroom's age combined. There is no way around it. If you do not recognize this immediately, you will be a student in the hands of an angry teacher. Now, I say this because everything in that classroom, because it's so old, every text you read is gonna be so old that you're not even gonna know what they're saying anymore. Eventually, you'll sit in there long enough till you'll just look at it and go, "Oh yeah, I know exactly what they're saying in this one." But for those who don't know, paraphrase what they're saying, and it will become very, very vivid to what they're actually meaning. For example, Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God is about Jonathan Edwards rambling on about God trying to destroy the people because he thinks that that everyone's predestined for hell. However, Jesus is the only light that will save them. So that's something that you got to keep in your knapsack of information. That everything you read will be very old. Do I know anything else? 6. Do not assume ever that the teacher is heartless. If you do, that will also make you a student in the hands of an angry teacher. Because teachers have compassion. They show, what is the word for it? They show empathy. They know when you're in trouble. And in this case, Miss Kirk, she's more focused on your your transition from one learning way or one learning style to another. She's not worried about your grade as much as how much you changed over time. So don't just go in there assuming Miss Kirk is heartless. Do not assume that. What else do you need to know? You will do everything on a computer, and the computer will try to sabotage you. I say that half jokingly, because that computer quit on Wi-Fi about every single time I used it. So, for that computer, that's why I say sit behind and wait for the Wi-Fi to kick on so you can type and do all your homework at home. I've done that when waiting for car rides and stuff. So don't necessarily worry about going, oh, I don't have any Wi-Fi at home. Sit at school and wait about 30 minutes doing work. That is a very key skill to use. Just wait at school and do the work there. I mean, you're already at a place with Wi-Fi, so might as well use it. So, do not assume that the teacher is heartless, but assume that the technology that you're using is, because that will find every single way to cancel, quit, delete, and or retype what you are doing. Okay, this is a continuation of the very first thing I said. That most of your work is going to be done outside of class. Since it's done outside of class, most of your deadlines will be set somewhat by yourself. And I do say somewhat. In the sense that for the sake of saying that your deadlines will be set by yourself, do not ever wait until the end of school to try and do everything. That, again, will make you a student in the hands of an angry teacher. And I can't think of any other commandments, shall I say, for you to memorize. So, in this case, I say, may the odds be forever in your favor.